Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. All right. Welcome everybody to the stream. Um, Today we're going to dive and discuss the monthly Sylph Arena format, the Forest Cup. With me, I've got a panel of Forest Cup tournament winners, and we are going to take their experience and shine a light on the Forest Cup as a whole. Hopefully today, everyone watching can learn something that will help you for your way to tournament if you haven't done one already. So let's get into it. Today I have Panic, Michael, and Manaholics. These trainers have excelled in their own tournaments and are here to talk about what they've learned and hash out what is actually good and what isn't here in the forest. So up first, Manaholics, please introduce yourself, the tournament you won, and where you're from if you'd like, and then tell me one factoid about yourself.
Okay, I'm Matt Hollis. Based in the Toronto area, similar to Kay. One of the writers for Gamefreak. Maybe you heard of me, maybe you haven't. And the tournament that I swept 7-0, like last week, I can't remember. But I swept one tournament 7-0.
Okay. And you want us to tell a little fun fact about yourself?
Fun fact about me. I do a lot of theory crafting with Gamefreak. So, like, hypothetically, with, let's say, level 50 stuff, or if this Pokemon had this type of moveset, if this got buffed or nerfed, whatever, stuff like that.
Cool. All right. And tell me, who was your MVP during your specific Forest run and why?
MVP.
Hmm?
I didn't really have one. I like my team as a whole. If I had to pick a Pokemon, probably Ferrothorn.
All right. Fair enough. All right. And so next up, let's talk about Panic. Introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Panic23. My real name is Nick Von Egypt. I'm from Pauling, New York. It's about 2 hours north of New York City. And the tournament I won, it was a 6-1 win. I forced the tie in the final. It was the New York City Day 1 Cup on May 1st. And one small detail about myself, I was a professional soccer player. So that's where the competitive edge comes from.
Nice. Excellent. That's cool. So tell me, what gave your team the most trouble and why in your specific run?
Mantine gave me the most trouble. A lot of baits, bubble beams, getting my guys weak. I look to kind of attack that in the next tournament.
Okay, very interesting. And so last up, Michael, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello, Mikey4385. My real name is Michael. I'm from Colorado Springs. I won the Osmo PvP Forest Cup tournament May 2nd, 4 rounds. And one small detail about me, I play a lot of sports. I just love sports and walking and just hanging out with friends.
Nice. Sounds good. And tell me, so if you were to join a mega tournament tomorrow, what would you change on your team and why? Like versus the team that you used to win that tournament?
I would change my Wormadam into Quagsire because I actually tested him out yesterday, and I like him a lot how he is, and he's a great counter to most some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about Firesire and Worm. So everyone watching can get a taste of that. And just for reference, this graphic that we have below us is from Gamefreak, so shout out to them. It's not a complete like in-dive thing. We're obviously going to talk about a lot more things not on this graphic, so don't worry about your picks that you don't see on here. All right, so let's get into the discussion of things. So, in your own opinions, each of you, we're just going one at a time. What do you think is the true center of this meta? Like, what do you think everyone builds around? What can't be replaced, and what does its job better than anything else? So, Panic, can you tell me what you think?
Sure. So I think it's definitely Mantine. I think it's super flexible. It pretty much handles 3 out of the 4 main groups. Really only losing consistently to that electric. So for me, it's Mantine.
Okay, Mantine. Mikey?
What's the question again? I totally forgot how did my thing pick.
You get. What do you think is the center of the Forest Cup? Like, what can't be replaced? What do people always bring to counter? What's the threat?
Mantine also just because of how like his moveset, but one good um one other good thing is Stunfisk.
Stunfisk? Okay,
Yeah.
Stunfisk. Sounds good. And Manaholics. What about you? What's your
Uh, I like a core of Pokemon. There's not really a pick for me.
opinion?
Mantine does seem like one of the really, top almost must-have picks, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what do you in your core with Mantine? What's your other pick to go with it?
I started out testing different things. Right now, it's Mantine, Blaziken, and Ferrothorn. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Katrina Matata that first mentioned this in Ghost Stadium. And then he
Mm-hmm.
mentioned like this core is really good in Sim. And so when I
Yeah.
tested it, it performed quite well.
Yeah, Blaziken Parathorn is extremely strong for sure. All right, so I mean, it seems we have a consensus here on what the Pokemon is. So let's go ahead and start talking about that one, Mantine, the Flying Ray. So, are we in agreement for Wing Attack? What are we thinking? Bubble, Wing Attack. What do you guys think? This is just open discussion.
I think Wing Attack for against even flyers, grass types, and
Mm-hmm.
not like fire types, because Bubble Beam will do it and all that, but Wing Attack will be doing um super effective also against it. A lot of
Uh-huh.
the fire types, and with grass it's great also.
Yeah, gotcha. Um, okay, and what do you think, Panic? And Michael, if you don't mind, whenever like you come in to talk, can you mute yourself on that real fast? Just feedback coming back. Thanks. All right, what do you think, Panic?
Definitely agree with Wing Attack. That's super effective damage on those grasses, which give Mantine a little bit of toughness as well. I think helps. They'll also get in Blaziken, so I don't think you really need Bubble Beam or Bubble on this one.
Bubble. Okay. And what do you think the same thing, Manaholics?
Yeah, pretty much. I
Pretty
don't
much.
really like how there's an RPS kind of thing with grass, fire, water. Mantine helps
Mhm.
me like that.
Yeah, for sure. He did that in Rainbow too. Like we can make comparisons to Rainbow all day, and Mantine definitely filled that role in the anti-grass very well, um, breaking cores that people had. So moveset. So charge moves. I think this is the more controversial part. So what are we thinking for movesets? Is everyone like Bubble Beam, or is anyone out there not using Bubble Beam? Everyone using Bubble Beam?
I used Bubble Beam in my tournament,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm testing Aerial Ace Ice Beam right now, giving it a go, kind of see
Yeah,
what's gonna happen.
I understand. Is there anyone using Aerial Ace currently, or is everyone using Ice Beam?
I switched
I'm using Aerial Ace on mine whenever I
Okay,
run it.
okay. Aerial Ace, Bubble Beam. What about you, man, Alex?
I switched between the two. I use both. Right now is
Yeah,
Ace.
yeah. It's honestly like really close. Like, there's people who say like Ice Beam for sure, Aerial Ace for sure. But do you guys want to talk about like maybe the differences? Like, why are you switching back and forth between Aerial Ace and Ice Beam? So what matchups?
Basically, this was a little bit stupid of me ahead of time. They're
Mm-hmm.
both neutral versus Galvantula, and I thought, oh, I'll use Ice Beam to hit Galvantula.
Mm-hmm.
According to Sims, I think the wing attack wins the mirror. The Aerial Ace wins the mirror. So I just kind of stuck with it. A little bit faster to get to.
The Aerial Ace for the mirror.
Yeah. This
Okay.
Ice Beam is 55, Aerial Ace is 45.
Uh huh. Yeah, for sure. That can be a little tricky depending on like who shields and who doesn't. Like no one actually really shields their Mantines, But yeah, for sure. So yeah, there are definitely differences. And Arrow Ace, honestly, like I think one of the biggest reasons is for the bugs, right? Besides Vespiquen, um, and that's one of the big differences between Ampharos and Galvantula, and we'll get into later on. But yeah, Arrow Ace for sure has coverage against. It's one of its like most potent threats. So all right, so yeah, Bubble Beam looks. We can't pass up Bubble. Bubble Beam is not only good for just baiting, but it's also good for just like water damage versus Blaziken. It's good for reducing. If you know you can't win that matchup, it's not a bad idea to just straight Bubble Beam and just set them up for the next one. So for sure. Okay, so that's pretty much Mantine. Let's go on to what counters Mantine, which we were talking about earlier. So, what are we thinking the two best electric types here? I think we're all thinking the same thing.
One of my favorites is definitely Stunfisk.
Okay, Stunfisk. All right. I was
Okay.
thinking more Galvantula and Ampharos, but we'll definitely get to Stunfisk. So let's talk about Let's talk about these Volt switchers for a second. Manaholics, can you pick up Galv? And Panic, can you pick up Ampharos? Let's talk about them. So Panic, you can go first.
Sure. So for me, on my team, I'm using Ampharos. Switch damage does, a ton of damage. Thunder Punch, very spammy, and I think that Focus Blast can nuke a lot of things. For me, the biggest selling point is that nuke on Ferrothorn. I think Ferrothorn is another top Pokemon in this meta, and being able to one-shot it is the big selling point for me.
Yeah. Okay. Manaholics, what do you say on Galvantula?
I use Garvantula because I don't have an Ampharos built. That's the honest answer.
Okay.
But more so, Galvantula can beat Blaziken depending on which shielding matchup you choose. So I like how I can sort of control the flow of the game.
Yeah, I understand that. That's tricky though. The Sims don't lie on that for sure. The 0 and 1s look different than the 2, but you're definitely right about Galvantula if you choose to go with the 2. The only thing is about that matchup is like it can be tricky using Volt switchers because it lines up pretty well with counter users. So any off tempo while Blaziken or Gal are throwing moves, it's possible for a Volt switch to get through or a counter to get through, and that turns the tide. And same for Ampharos. I mean, it's a little bit different for Ampharos, but I mean, it can happen. I see someone here asking, is Bubble Beam a must, or is Ice Beam plus Arrow Ace a possible? So, I mean, anyone can chime in on this. I think that Bubble Beam is needed. I personally like Ice Beam more, but I do think Arrow Ace Ice Beam is fine. I just don't think it. I think there's a lot of importance in having Bubble Beam, even though Bubble Beam's not really that great of a move. But we can get more in detail with those matchups if you want. Someone else asked, what do we think about the wild charges for when they get the update? We'll get to that. We'll get to that for sure. So yeah, that's Galvantula and Ampharos. I'm personally using Ampharos because I like Focus Blast, and that's pretty nice. So that's just me. But and another reason actually too is that Galvantula has to shield versus Mantine, and I don't really like that, especially if people are foregoing Arrow Ace. So that's one big difference in my eyes. So Michael, there's someone wants to talk about wild chargers. So can you tell us about one wild charger I think might be the biggest one? Can you tell us about Magnezone?
Magnezone, his wild charge, let me get to my list. His wild charge, with the fast move, he had to get to 50 energy to throw it off, and his spark, it builds up 8 energy each one. So again, it gets to it kind of fast, but like not as kind of fast as a lot of others, but it does do a lot of damage to certain types. It can, like Mantine, it can, if it doesn't shield, it can really do a lot of damage on it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really interested in Magnezone whenever this stuff comes out, to be honest, because I mean, I think Magnezone had a lot of potential beforehand, and I still think it does. It's just that there's a lot of other things overshadowing it. Steel types going like Worm, Trash, and Ferrothorn. It's kind of hard to run 3 steals. But yeah, I think people should definitely take a look at it when it comes out. So let's talk about the other electrics. So Michael, you said you really like Stunfisk. So tell us about that.
I use him a lot. One good thing about him is like he has Mud Bomb, and he gets to Mud Bomb and Discharge like about the same time, and it gets coverage with other stuff with like Blaziken and Fire, like Mud Bomb. it'll do a lot of damage to it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's good also baiting with it against like Azumarill. A lot of people are afraid of the discharge because and like with Mantine, you could
Mm-hmm.
just bait with it and like not lose energy. Like not like if like you're at the same energy if baiting with that or going with discharge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I really like that because when I was looking at which electric I wanted to run, or if I want to run two, I like Sunfist in it pretty much beats all of the other electrics, right? I mean, normal, like naturally, it's just resist everything
Yeah.
quadruply, and it just dumps on them with mud bomb. So, in your opinion, what do you think is the go-to move, mud shot or thunder
For the charge move, Mucha or Thundershock?
shot? No, the fast move,
Oh, Mud Shot, because
mud
it
shot.
yeah,
Yeah, it has
that's what
a
I like.
yeah, mud shot has a cleaner Blaziken where it's kind of awkward for Sunfist to lose the Blaziken thunder shock. So that's a good call. Um, all right, so and another thing too, actually, whenever this buff comes out, people watching, who use PP poke a lot, electric types, are gonna see a lot more play. Like they're gonna be buffed a little bit, in the rankings because of that wild charge, and because of that, Stunfisk is gonna go up as well. So just kind of remember that's the reason. It's not all of a sudden Stunfisk just became a god. That's probably the reason why. So Electivire. Does anyone have any experience or knowledge on Electivire? That's another
I
spicy wild charger.
I actually do. I've built one. I used it. It's good because with Ice Punch against the grass types, like so like I didn't expect it. My buddy ran that. I did not expect it to have Ice Punch. I totally forgot about that, and I
Hmm.
didn't shield, and it cost me.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. Wild Charge on is going to be pretty nice. It's actually going to pick up Ludicolo, which I don't know how common that is, but it's pretty nice for Electivire to beat Ludicolo, which is kind of nuts. But all right, what about Lantern or Rainy Casper, the two that get similarly posed together? Anyone using those two? Those are considered probably the best Nancy counters. Resist a lot, and can just deal out. Anyone using those?
I've used Lantern. I have one built.
Mm-hmm.
I run Spark as my fast move, not Water Gun.
On Water Gun? How's that panning out for you?
I get to my charge moves a little bit fast. I get to them like faster with Spark.
Mm-hmm. Would you
Some
call
stuff it does
Lantern?
like
Would you call Lantern end game meta, or did you sub it out?
I subbed it out.
Sub it out for
Yeah,
Stunfisk.
yeah.
Gotcha. All right, and let's get a little spicier. Not only in just the Pokemon, but the moves as well. Zebstrika. Zebstrika. Is anyone who's using that?
I'm not. I tested it a little bit. I think it catches people off guard with the flame wheel. I'm not really
Mm-hmm.
expecting that fire move, and can really do some damage to those grass types. So I think it does a good job countering Mantine as well. So that's a plus four. It picks up Mantine plus the grasses. So I think is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Like I've seen footage of the zebra. I haven't used it myself, but I've seen footage of it, and man, it just like it does more than you think. Like it's weird. It's not something like people see on a team and they're like, oh, zebra. But then when it comes out on the field, they're like, oh my god, you have to respect this zebra. What about Manectric or Luxray, Luxio? Any of those? Those are pretty interesting. Especially the Luxrays, they have a snarl, right? So it's a fast wild charge. I'd keep my eyes on those as we go up. And honestly, I've looked into this before, but Manectric and all of those, they pick up some matchups, a lot of them, because just that 5 energy reduction helps a lot. It like and one big one we can talk about just real quick is Blaziken, because Blast Burn and Wild Charge, that it gives it a little bit edge now. So like in both situations, yes, squishy Pokemon baiting and then using their nuke moves that used to be the same, energy cost. Now Wild Charge is a little cheaper, and now those electrics are able to pan out Blaziken, which is pretty cool. All right. Next one, I'm guessing no one's using Miner or Fustle. maybe someone in the audience. Not probably not, but they're cool. And honestly, it it saddens me that they didn't get Wild Charge because Wild Charge Grass Knot would have been really cool. All
Would
right.
have been a beast.
I'm sorry.
It would have been like they'd probably be used more in the Force Cup if they got Wild Charge.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right. Is anyone out there planning on using double electric?
Paddock knows my team, but I'm running double electric.
Okay, sweet. And what are you running?
Conventional plus Stunfisk. A little bit risky versus Mud, but
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I see it panning out. Mike, don't forget to. But yeah, I remember I think it was in a tournament I saw some double electrics were sitting on top. So I think for a minute people thought that's where the meta was going. But we'll see. All right, so we talked about electrics. If no one else has any comments on those, we can move on to a common way to beat those, which would be the Mud Boys. All right, so let's pick up. Since there's three main Mud Boys, so let's just divide them up. Panic, you take Swampert, Michael, Quagsire, and Nana, you can take Whiscash. Go. What are your thoughts?
I'm using Swampert, so I really like its stamminess. I also think you're running Sludge Wave over Earthquake. I think the poison coverage for the grass helps out a lot. Super spammy. If you can manage to farm up a little bit of energy, I think can be super devastating.
Yeah, for sure. And you're using Sludge Wave, I'm guessing, right? Yeah.
That's correct.
What about you, Mikey? Give me some food on Quagsire.
I run it with Mudshot because builds up 9 energy each one. Then Stone Edge and Earthquake for my charge move for Stone Edge. For even with like Mantine, it could do super effective, and Jump Left it'll do super effective. Then Earthquake for the other like even other stuff like Stunfisk, I think it'll one shot it because it's the ground move.
Okay, gotcha. So you're foregoing the grass coverage in Sludge Wave and the speed for coverage on like Stunfisk and Ferrothorn. Makes sense. Okay. And what do you think, Manaholics, on Whiscash?
I've tested Whiscash in probably 3 tournaments. It's not my cup of tea. It's just its coverage move is a little bit too slow and not super relevant this cup.
For sure. One cool thing about Whiscash is like it has a way better Blaziken matchup, which and I'm sure people watching, or I mean you guys too, it's pretty awkward for Blaziken to beat Quagsire or Swampert. It takes one Blast Burn, all it needs. One Blast Burn onto either of them, or like 1 to 3 counter advantage on Quagsire, and it's just you can double Blast Burn. So yeah, I think a lot of people are choosing Quagsire right now because of its Mantine matchup. Like it's unique coverage that like the Mud Boys shouldn't really be able to do, but it does. So like something that can beat Electrics and Mantine using a Mud Boy. So that's pretty cool. All right. So if you guys were to use a Mud Boy, I know you're using Quagsire, Mikey, but you guys, what do you think is the best one? If we had to pick one.
I'm seeing a lot of playing Quagsire right now. I think it was Swampert, but I've seen a lot of the tournaments this past week and a lot of Quag running around.
Yeah, for sure. What do you guys think? Quag?
I like Quag, but like Whiscash is also good because the mud bombs against like Stunfisk, and it gets to him pretty fast or spammy with that, and like in fire types.
Gotcha. Mana, you think Quag?
Stunfisk for me. I've seen Quag with Blaziken before, so I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and I mean honestly, Stunfisk is kind of like an honorary Mud Boy, so that makes sense. And this is funny because Quagsire, yeah, as you all remember, I'm sure, was the king of Rainbow, and it's interesting. It's actually really cool because while Rainbow was going on, we all were like, man, if only Swampert and Whiscash were in Rainbow back in the day, like that would have, Whiscash would have destroyed us. But it's interesting because we're now in a rainbowish meta. I mean, a few differences for sure, but nonetheless, Quagsire is still taking the throne. And it's funny because the main reason is because of the same reason it was in Rainbow, because it's Mantine matchup, which is also still really good here. That's cool. All right, so what beats Mud Boys? Grass. Let's talk about grass. So we have a lot of grass options. Like everyone knows here, grass is abundant in forest, and there's a lot of good ones that do multiple things. Like all these grasses pretty much do the grass thing, and then it's what they do on the side is what kind of influences what you pick. So let's go ahead and talk about some of this. So we're going to assign some. Michael, you're going to take Meganium, Greydilly. Okay. Panic is going to take Ferrothorn and Jump Off. And Manaholics is going to take Shiftry and Blossom. So, Panic. Tell us about Ferrothorn.
I love Ferrothorn in this cup. I've been using it since day one. Definitely one of my MVPs on my team. Super Sandy with its power whip hits a lot of things hard. And those grasses gotta look out for those flash cannons as well. I'm not seeing much play in Thunder, but maybe Manahawks will be able to step in and comment on that later. Also, Jump Off. I'm starting to test it out a little bit. It wasn't on my radar to begin with. Now it's kind of jumping into play a bit. I think this cup started out super glassy with the glassy mons, and if you're able to substitute in a couple tanks like Jump Up, super tanky. Can take a lot and can outpace a lot of those matchups that it just outbulks.
Definitely, yeah. So
may I grab my phone charger real quick? My phone's getting low.
Yeah, you're good.
I forgot about it.
You're okay. So you're using Flash Cannon over Thunder for sure, and I'm guessing Manaholics is using Thunder. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm using Flash Cannon as well. It's so good against the other grass. Like they can't really. And before anyone says so, we're keeping cheering for the fire, obviously. So we'll get to there. He's a grass, but we'll talk about him in the fire role when we get there. So Manaholics, tell me about Shiftry and Blossom.
You literally assigned me the two like spammiest grass in this cup.
Yep.
I don't actually use them in particular, but they both are like really good for their spam potency plus whatever characters they use, and they're really good in 2 shield as well as 1 shield. Because they can just outspam the opponent to it.
What do you think versus Shiftry versus Blossom? Which one would you rather have?
I'd probably do Shiftry.
Shiftry? Yeah. And what do you think? Foul play or Hurricane?
You see, in tournaments I played against both. I think in this cup, he pokes that Hurricane, and then so people are running Hurricane to one-shot plays in. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hurricane's pretty good for pretty much almost everything. It's like it's basically the same argument people are saying whenever they want to run Bravebird on Blaze. It's basically the same reason. Like flying hits a lot, and like Mantine using aerial ace sucks. Like that's horrible move, but it uses it because of bugs, because of faster charge moves against grass, etc. Versus fighting Blaze King Heracross. So it makes sense. And foul play, it hits neutral on a lot of stuff, but I guess you gotta just pick your poison.
It one-shot plays again.
Which one?
Hurricane, if you can mind.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No doubt about that. If you can get to it. But okay, so Shiftry's pretty good. Honestly, I really like Shiftry. I struggle with myself a lot of times because I don't know about you guys, but I like the idea of either one grass and a bug or one grass and a grass. That's kind of where I'm seeing team roles right now. But and Shiftry is really fantastic. It's just like it's a good switch. It's good like when shields are up, everything. So all right, and Mikey, tell me about your picks. Meganium and Credillium.
Well, Cordelia, I haven't built one yet, but I've seen it being used. And with Bullet Seed, each one, it builds up 13 energy, and it gets to its Grass Knot, which only needs 50 energy fast, and it can handle like Blaze. It can also with Stone Edge because but its weakness is like fighting, but the fire is neutral. But if it has a shield advantage, and it gets the Stone Edge, I could do a lot of damage to Blaziken since how squishy he is.
Yeah. Yeah,
Then
definitely.
the Meganium with since it has Vine Whip, it's a lot better than Razor Leaf. Gets to charge moves faster, and Frenzy Plant is just an amazing move. Only need 45 energy, and it can handle like a Zoomerol. Um, I forgot how much damage it does to a Zoomerol, but it does a big amount. But it is weak to Bug and Ice and Fire and Flying, which there is like a lot of those everywhere in the Forest Cup. Definitely, like Jump Up with Flying, it just can't handle. It can't deal with it.
Yeah.
But
So would you use Meganium? Like, what do you think about it? Like in comparison to all these grasses we talked about, do you think it deserves a role, or is it just kind of there?
kind of there, but personally with me, because there's like Ferrothorn, it can go Earthquake and it can do a good amount of damage. But if it comes up with Jump Bluff, it just won't you won't get a shield most likely from
Yeah.
it. It's very low because it Jump Bluff with Aerial Ace will do a good amount of damage to it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jump Bluff is basically mini Tropius, and
Yeah,
in the face of a Meganium just it can't do anything.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting because like a lot of people thought Meganium would be decent. Like, and this is like super early on now. Like, I know times have changed, but people thought Meganium's insane, right? Frenzy Plant Earthquake. But if you think about it, like, and yes, it is probably one of the best Azu counters out there. And we'll get to Azu when we get to it, you know. But if you think about it, that's all it kind of really does. Like I was talking about earlier, all these grasses kind of do their grass roll and then they do something else, right? So it's like this grass is really bulky and it has Frenzy Plant, which is obviously better than any Power Whip grass knot out there. So it's all in the hands of Earthquake. And what does Earthquake get you? Right? So that's pretty much Ferrothorn and Sunfist. But Frenzy Plant gets that. So what else does Earthquake get you? I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, fires, like, anything like that, steals. But
yeah,
I don't know. It just kind of, maybe it's just my opinion, but I don't think Meg has a lot of utility here. It's definitely scary. Like, if you have a water type, obviously Meganium is probably the worst thing you'd see, or like the last thing you'd want to see, because it does the best at killing waters while being less flexible at everything else. I think it's
yeah.
pretty
During the since this cup, like back in Forest Cup, Earthquake great for like Bastion and all that, but this cup there's not a lot of great stuff Earthquake can do for it. If it had
hmm
Sludge Bomb, that would be amazing, but since it's part ground, it can't.
hmm Okay, so taking a shot in the dark here. Everyone here, raise your hand. In chat, you can too. Who thinks Ferrothorn is the best grass type in the forest? Ferrothorn. Manaholis, what do you think? Not
Uh,
Ferrothorn?
I'll agree. I've seen people go without it, but sure.
You think Ferrothorn?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Ferrothorn's pretty disgusting here. I've ran multiple custom sims on my own time, seeing what the meta would look like in different metas, I guess, and Ferrothorn is just dominating, no matter what I put in it. All right, so that's the grass. Anyone else? So what moveset on Ferrothorn? Before we go into the next one, I think we're all establishing Flash Cannon. But Manahalis, did you want to say something about your Thunder Spice?
I wanted to mention Acid Spray because I've never seen anyone use it yet.
Oh, okay.
In Rainbow Cup, it wasn't with Ferrothorn because we didn't have it back. but one popular strat was Acid Spray into Kingdra. So far, no one's done that to me yet.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I run
yeah.
Thunder. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely see the play. And see, here's the thing about Acid Spray. Like, it's always like honestly, Acid Spray is just a bad move. Like, to be honest, like the whole nerf to switching out and debuffing, and on top of just the horrendous damage for energy like DPE on it. But the thing is, if everyone's running a move set and it doesn't have Acid Spray, no one's gonna shield. Like, no one's gonna, or they might shield. I mean,
Yeah, you don't know that in game 1.
exactly. So I mean, you can forego the other games if you want to run Acid Spray, but you can definitely probably get a shielded Acid Spray the first time it comes out for sure. All right, so I think that's all. And yeah, Ferrothorn probably the best grass here. And we'll talk about our ideas of a end game meta, like a figured or solved meta at the end. All right, so grass types. What naturally beats grass type? Let's go to fire. So, in your opinions, what is the best fire type? If you were to only bring one, and this is including Sharon, of course, which one would you bring? Panic, what do you think?
For me, it has to be Blaziken. Just those counters, super good generalist. I'm running Stone Edge. I caught 2 Sunny Cast forms in my tournament win, unshielded endgame. Just super devastating. I think there was play for Blast Burn, but kind of just get walled in that next matchup. I like coming in, farming, and then having that Stone Edge to nuke something is really nice.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I understand that. I'm still using Blast Burn on myself because I'm saving my elite team for something else. But I definitely understand the appeal. Like you said, Blaziken is an amazing switch. Like it does really good energy. It gets even the things you'd consider to counter it, like Swampert or Quagsire. You give it energy and just like shields, and it can just pretty much beat everything. But like you said, it's really easy to just put in the things that just wall it, like Mantine, Sunny Cast Form, Kingdra, something like that, Azu, and then it just, I mean, you got all the energy, and then guns up. No, there's no point. You waste the shields on the Blaze, you get energy to nuke whatever, and then now you have a Azu in front of you. I understand that. And Stone Edge just nukes Kingdra, so winning 0 shields versus Kingdra is kind of insane against a fire, or for a fire versus a dragon water. So that's nuts. Mikey, what do you think? Best fire?
For me, like I run with Blaziken, but if I didn't have one, it would be Cast Form Sunny because I could get to those weather balls fast. And if in water types with the solar beam, it can handle it easily.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think of Cherim then? If you like Sun Cast Form?
Cherim, I did run in a tournament. It actually got me the win in one game with the solar beam. The shields were down. It was really close, and it actually got me the win since it's not fire and it has the grass move. Like the zoom roll, like its fast move wasn't doing as much as it would be doing to cast form.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so you still like Sunny Cast Form over Cherim after trying out both?
I like the Cherim over Sunny Cast Form.
Oh, okay. You like Cherim? Yeah, I mean it's faster and it's a fire type. It's the same Pokemon almost, except you lose bulk, except you gain speed, which probably better, right? So definitely agree. I love Cherim. Yeah. So Manaholics, what do you think? Your favorite fire?
Best fire? I've done Cherim, Blaziken, and Cast Form.
Okay.
As of right now, I say Blaziken. But early on, I had fun landing Solar Beam on Lantern, 1 mud with Cherim. So.
Yeah. Are you using Cherim now? Like, is that the end game?
No, I don't like how it struggles against some water types because you're relying on a Solar.
Yeah, it's awkward for sure. I mean, you got to think of it as a fire type, basically. You can't really I honestly, and anyone out there using Cherim, I think you need 2 grasses. Like this is a common scenario of where 2 grasses is definitely the call if you're using Cherim. because that's not really enough grass. Okay, so we're on these. So I see someone here says, I've seen a couple of players play around with Lampet and Chandelure. Any of you guys have experience seeing that or anything? I don't, for sure.
I haven't ever seen that in Go Battle League or any of that actually.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any of them all, but I'm definitely, not. I wouldn't underestimate it. It's got heavy moves. It's classy, but they got heavy moves. So everyone out there should just be aware. I guess the Lampet storm coming. Okay, so see, we got a Cherim and 2 Blaziken picks in here, and for we'll go over other comparisons with Blaziken later on because Blaziken's of course not only a fire type, it's a fighting type. But we'll get to that. So let's talk about Blaziken, since 2 of you think it's the best. What makes you pick Blaziken as a fire type over Typhlosion or Torkoal?
Torkoal, I don't have one, but over Typhlosion,
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually have one of that build. But if I had one, I would still like, just because on Typhlosion it'll have like Shadow Claw as a fast move, and I like the counter a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. They're both insane moves, but probably counters the right call here. I don't think Shadow Claw really picks up any meta super effective things.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
unless people are using Celebi or something.
yeah, if it came across like Ferrothorn, Shadow Claw won't be doing much, where counter will be doing tons of damage.
Mm-hmm.
You can counter it down really.
Yeah. What about you, Panic?
Yeah, I think counter is a better move. It gets to the charge moves equally as fast, if not faster, with Blaze Kick. So for me, Blaze Kick, it
Blaze
still
Kick.
hurts. Yeah, you like Grass Pokemon doesn't want to take one of those either way. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess I think you guys said it perfectly. Counters better than Shadow Claw, and Blaze Kick is better than the Solar Beam in that example. Manaholics, what do you think about Typhlosion or Torkoal?
I know someone who likes Torkoal, so I'm gonna be biased, but personally for me, I wouldn't. It's a little bit too slow for my liking.
Does that Torkoal ever give you problems?
No, not really.
Not really.
It you shield once. If it's overheat, then they're debuffed. So
Yeah, for sure.
early on, I've seen people try to mess with Typhlosion, but it kind of fell off the meta, and now I almost never see it.
Yeah, I understand. And another thing I saw earlier in chat is it's not in the graphic, but let's talk about, and anyone can speak about this. What about Heatmore? Heatmore.
I was very surprised about Heatmore, because it can have Thunder Punch. I had no clue. I totally forgot about that. So I didn't shield it against my Azumarill, and it just finished me off. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And with Power Up Punch boosting it up, it's good. It is for sure.
Were they running Fire Spin on that?
No, the only fire move was their fast move. Wait, that is Fire Spin.
Yeah.
I got confused.
It's okay. It's all right. Does anyone else have any more experience with Heatmore? I have a couple of friends who use Heatmore, and it's cool. But
I caught a bunch.
I played against Heatmore, but it's too fragile. I think
too fragile.
I was gonna say it's pretty glassy, but I caught a bunch in my Safari Zone today, so I'm gonna go through, check out some IVs, see if I can mess around with one.
Yeah, definitely understand that. I mean, it's you get late in the month. It's not the worst pick to sub out your Blaziken for. I mean, it can, in some instances, take down the Mantine, which is just nuts, right? Like that's just crazy, especially with no Mantine running Bubble right now. So I mean, there's definitely viability in it. It's plus, like you put it behind shields, you get if you get the Dream Play, just get like Power Up Punch shielded into like Thunder Punch into like Mantine or something. That's nuts. So all right, we talked already about Sonic Gasform Cherim. So in reference to what I was talking about earlier, when you pick Cherim and another grass. So if you were using Cherim, and for all of you, even if you aren't using Cherim, if you were to use Cherim on your team, right, as a part of team building, as you go through. Would you also put Blaziken on your team? Yes or no?
Yeah, because that's what I had. All that I had Blaziken and Cherim and something I did.
Hmm.
Cherim with the grass move, the fast move, that's good. And then Weather Ball and Solar Beam.
Oh, you're running Cherim with Razor Leaf?
No, my Cherim has Bullet Seed.
Oh,
I meant,
my bad. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So what a panic, Manaholics. What do you guys think? Blaziken with Cherim or forego the Blaziken if you were using Cherim?
I think they play. Go ahead, man.
I've done it. It's okay, but you're weak to Mantine, so
Hmm.
also jump up might be an issue there.
Well, I mean, no. Like if you had Cherim, would you include Blaziken with it? So you're saying no because of the weakness to jump up and Mantine?
Like I like Blaziken, but if for the team building part, you just have to have these kind of considerations. They share weaknesses. You just kind of keep that in mind.
For sure, definitely. And what do you think, Panic?
Yeah, when I'm building, I'm looking at what's at the top of the meta, and for me, it's Mantine, so I kind of build off that. And having two very clear weaknesses is not something that I would want on my team.
I understand that. I mean, yeah, definitely, and especially when you're running probably other picks that don't have like the best Mantine matchups either. So it makes sense. I think everyone goes through this dilemma when they're team building, whether or not they put Blaziken or not on the team. I like Cherim because for my team, I was looking for a flex pick that needed to be able to beat Stunfisk because my team was pretty on the weaker side of Stunfisk than I wanted it to be, and it also beat Parathorn. So that's a pretty cool niche. Like, there's not a lot of Pokemon that can do that, plus the other things they do. So it's pretty cool. All right, so that's all the fire types, I think, unless I'm missing one or anyone wants to talk about.
Infernape.
Infernape. Interesting. Using counter or fire spin?
Yeah, either. The one I fought had Fire Spin, but then its charge moves is Close Combat and Blast Burn, and that's something Blaziken can't do.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, close combat's a broken move, so I understand the appeal. Yeah, I understand. So they were using counter?
No, the one I faced had Fire Spin.
Oh, fire spin. I mean, I'd have to look into that. I don't really know much about fire spin Infernape, but I get it. I get it.
Like, I don't know if I agree with that, but it's an idea. I lost to it, so
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why Blaziken uses counter. So, I mean, it doesn't really change the Ferrothorn matchup. I don't think, not like in a sense. I don't know. I see someone mentioning Combuskin. I actually saw someone use Combuskin. I'm sorry to anyone out there using it, but I would forego the Combuskin this time around. This time. So like we were talking about earlier, Blaziken needs to be compared not only to the fire types but also to the fighting types. So let's talk about the small category of fighting types. Something I don't think people really give consideration to that much in team building. So let's talk about Heracross, Escavalier, and Breloom in respect to Blaziken. So I know you guys probably prefer Blaziken, but do any of you have something to say about Heracross?
I think Heracross with that close combat comes in and can really hit hard. It does get walled, by Mantine, so that's a big issue for me again. But a lot of things don't want to take those two close combats if you can build up to them. So I think it does a good job of drawing shields. If that's what you're after.
Yeah,
an interesting spice pick.
Definitely, for sure. Anyone else have anything on Heracross?
I do. Heracross is good with close combat and Megahorn, but he's weak to quite a bit of what's out there. The flying, fairy, and fire and psychic with Wormadan trash out there. Blaziken's weak to it also, but if Blaziken has energy and a health advantage, it can get to Blazikick and do a lot of damage to the Wormadan. Then Heracross with counter will still do a lot of damage to it and all of his moves.
So what do you guys think on the second move? So close combat for Heracross and what? Megahorn? Earthquake? What do you guys think?
probably Megahorn, yeah.
Everyone? Yeah, I think so too. Anyone out there using Heracross, beware. When the electric buff comes out, there's a few changes, and Heracross is a common factor in that. So beware of that. I know a couple of elite trainers using Heracross and Blaziken because they like the double counter. So that's a cool strat if you guys want something new to try out. So Escavalier. Anyone using Escavalier? It was amazing in our previous meta. What about this
I'm actually gonna be building one up later tonight because it has Mega Horn and Drill Run,
one?
and it's not a fighting type. It just has counters, so like it resists grass, steel, psychic, normal, ice, fairy, dragon, and bug. Like a lot of those,
Mhm.
it does. It could do a lot of work, and with drill run, with like to some of the electric types, it could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when this
And
new,
grass, so with Mega Horn,
hmm definitely. When the drill run buff comes out, I mean, I just can't even begin to really imagine the Scavalier. Not only just in I mean, I don't know how it'll be enforced, but just outside of that and more metas to come, it's definitely something that will have to be on our radars for sure. Because like, that's just a crazy moveset with a crazy typing. So pretty good. What about Breloom, Manaholics? I know you have something to say about Breloom.
Oh my god, who told you that? Yeah. During the first few weeks of Forest, when I was doing unranked tournaments, I got my butt kicked really hard by one. Just swept my 13. So I started looking into it.
Yeah.
And so each of the fighting types individually sim really well, but it's really hard to go double fighters. Like if you do plays against plus one any of these other ones,
Mhm.
Mantine's a problem, or Jump Up is a problem.
Yeah.
But it each of them does a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think you said it exactly right. A lot of teams in lineups, especially like teams of three, I don't think people truly realize like how good Breloom is against your team of three. It's like off the wall pick. It's been made fun of in pretty much every single instance it's been allowed to be used. I've made fun of it. But in this one, I don't know if it has the sauce to like see repetitive play, but I've definitely seen lines of three that Breloom could, get an advantage over. So Breloom's got sauce, definitely, compared to
This
like
cup,
other.
in this cup.
Yeah, in this cup, for sure. So let's go on to, and we talked about Heracross and Scavenger. So let's use that to segue into bug types. I know a lot of people are kind of just foregoing bug types as the flex role. They kind of just like naturally put things on their team, and then bug somehow ends up on their last roll. So what do you guys think about that? Like, where do you think a bug fits in before we get into the discussion of each bug?
I think it is a good flex pick. They win a lot of matchups. They lose a lot of matchups. It just, I feel like it depends on your team count, which one you're going to go for. A lot of them are kind of seen as pretty safe right now. They're pretty bulky. They hit hard. So I think that could come into play later on in the meta.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about 6 bugs here, because there's a lot of variety. Even if they aren't good, still talk about them. Michael, tell us about Scolipede and Vespiquen.
Scolipede. I'm building one. I have a very high rank one. It's a bug type, but with poison jab as its fast move, it can handle like a Zoomerl and even grass types, because it also has Sludge Bomb and X Scissor, and those will just like that'll do a lot of damage to each one of them, like some of the grass ones, and like Azumarill, the water types. But
Yeah.
it is very weak to like a lot of the stuff that's going to be out there, like grass, like fighting, fairy, and all that. But if it has a shield advantage against a grass type, then or like a Zoomerl, it can do a lot of damage just with its fast move.
Okay, and what do you
Vespiquen,
think about Vespiquen?
I I only have one. I didn't even know. I totally forgot about it. Uh, its moveset, like it's also like since it's bug, it does do a lot of damage to grass. But like even like Blaziken, it can demolish it like because it has air slash. Um,
Mm,
and air slash is fast move, and X scissor and power gem has its two charge moves. They can do those. Like it can do actually great. I've gone against one and totally like it. It it hurt my Blaziken for sure.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, bug flying typing, being able to farm down Blaziken, something that has a lot of play against Ferrothorn, Blaziken Core. I mean, it's got stuff. Um, it's kind of tricky because you might not want to run it with like Mantine. I mean, you guys pick Mantine is like probably the auto pick for a lot of things. So it's like, would you run Vespiquen and Mantine?
Probably may like just to try it out and see how it goes, and see like after if it goes really great for me, then like I
Mm,
may try that out if I get good Vespiquen.
yeah, definitely. I do think I've seen a couple of teams that didn't have Mantine on it. Um, and of course, like whatever you pick just influences it. But I think if you don't run Mantine, Vespiquen is a fantastic way to at least patch up what Mantine did. That or like jump up, whatever. Okay, so and I'm gonna put a little bit of pressure on here because I have a lot of top players telling me that Spell Stinger is the answer instead of X Scissor. But I keep bashing heads with them. What do you think? What do you think on Spell Stinger?
Fell Stinger, that would actually be a really good one. Like it won't do a ton of damage, but with Air Slash as it like it gets a grass type, you're just
Mm-hmm.
boosting up like your attack, like ramping it up. So it can actually do. I'll probably try that out because that sounds really good with it. It's just to
Okay.
ramp up your attack.
Yeah, for sure. So you think the go-to set is Air Slash, X Scissor, Power Gem?
I forgot about that as Fell Stinger. I think I would actually run that instead of X Scissor.
Mm-hmm. What do you, Panic, Manaholics, what do you guys think? Spell Stinger versus like X Scissor?
I think you need
I've seen
the
it. Sorry, go ahead, Panic.
I think you need the X scissor. I think although Vespiquen has that high HP, I think of it as pretty glassy. So you don't really want it sticking around for too long. I think you want to fire off those charge moves, have it draw a shield or get some damage in, and think get out of there.
Mm-hmm. For sure. What do you think, Mana?
I'm not a fan after Power Up Punch got nerfed. Spell Stinger's a clone.
Yeah.
Every Vespiquen I fought has been using X.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I do think, like I said, I do think X Scissor is the way to go. And like, I mean, I can go round and round with this, and I'm sure people in chat might like, support Felstinger or not. But I just I don't like Power Punch. Not if I don't have to use it. And I just, I would rather pump out the damage now than ramp up to it and then potentially have to lose it if I have to swap out. That's kind of my take on it. But I definitely there's matchups where you power up Vespiquen. You get into a good matchup where you just farm down something and you can just throw the Felstinger, because like if you were able to farm down something, get 100 energy, obviously Felstinger would be the move you want to use, right? If you're going to farm down and not waste energy, you can use Felstinger to bump up your attack and then still end up that fight with 100 energy if you can, and ready for the next one. And then that can just flip a number of things. It's basically like, I don't know, it's like a reverse bubble beam, like bubble beam something right before it went out. So yeah, so there's play. Okay, so this brings over. Let's talk about Panic. Tell us about Worm Trash and I guess Heracross or Scavalier, whichever one you want.
Sure, I'll take Heracross and Worm. I think
Mm-hmm.
Worm is another interesting generalist with that confusion damage. Very bulky. We saw it in Toxic. I think there's definite play there. I'm kind of messing around with the charge moves a little bit. I'm kind of liking Psyshock a little bit for Mantine, but we'll see what comes in there. I'm going to scrim a bunch this weekend and and look to make a finalized team sometime this week. Hopefully, get my weighted in. Heracross again. Those close combats going to be doing a ton of damage if you can find it in that right matchup. Very, very powerful Pokemon if you can get those charge moves off.
Yeah, for sure. It's just like a cannon, right? I understand. Are you using Worm Trash like as an end game Pokemon, or are you still you gotta test it out first?
Yeah, I gotta test it out right now. I think it could have some play on the end game. Maybe it's safe, but we'll see. Fire comes out. I think Fire's gonna make a late push and kind of push that out of the way.
I understand that. I mean, Worm Trash is like pretty unique, like I mean, it doesn't destroy Blaziken as people think. Like, I mean, it's double super effective with fire, so it's not like just some clean farm down. It's not like Toxicroak or anything. But yeah, it's pretty cool being a steel type that can hang in there with Blaziken. As of recent, I don't know. I haven't actually seen all of the footage for him, but I know there's been a lot of tournaments happening recently with Worm Trash being on the winning teams. It's got some winning stats usage, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, man, Alex, tell us about Crustle and what's your Fortress?
Oh man, Paddock took my Worm because Worm was on the team that I used for my 7-0. But all right, I'll do Crustle. I don't actually have the Crustle built yet, but every person I talked about Crustle and the sims upon it, it looked really good. 1 shield, 2 shield. The rock side coverage is really good against Mantine. That's something that other bugs don't really have.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Vespiquen has power gen, but it takes a while to get to.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, so you don't think any of these Pokemon are like meta defining, or do you think
I can see Crustle having some play. Fortress, I'm not too sure about, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about.
I've never seen anyone use Fortress so far.
I haven't either.
Yeah. When you consider the amount of grass and the bugs that we have in this cup that all compete with each other, it's really, contested. It's really hard to justify one over another. And if you combine a bunch of these, then fire gets in your face.
Yeah, for sure. And we were talking about comparing Rainbow with Forest Cup earlier, and I think the bug section is like where it really highlights that, because you have Scolipede. If you think about it, Scolipede is basically Beedrill. If you think about it, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not seeing a lot of Scolipede usage. Kind of reflects the same thing as Beedrill, Rainbow, but just a bit. I do think Scolipede may have a little bit more play here. I'm not exactly sure, but I don't know. And then Fortress, we all remember Fortress. Rainbow is insane. So like, let's delve into that a little bit. Fortress is insane in Rainbow, mainly because of just its typing. Really, like it farmed down grass. Like that was its main role. It farmed down grass, and it can hang in there with almost anything because of its typing, bug, steel. Like it was amazing typing. But now we live in a world where you have more options. You have a Escavalier, who's a bug steel. You have Worm Trash, and Worm Trash is already proving to be on winning teams. So that's pretty interesting. It might point in the direction like we should learn from Rainbow. Steel Bug is good, and then just apply it to Forest using maybe these new Steel Bugs. What do you guys think about that?
There's a lot of other options to choose from at this point. You can pick maybe 1 or 2, but if you expose yourself to that many shared weaknesses, you may have problems.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like Fortress was like one of the only steel types to use, and now we have Paragon as well. So yeah, it gets tricky. Okay, so that's pretty much the bugs. Does anyone else have any closing comments on any spice bugs or things we didn't mention? Okay, so let's go into. So that pretty much covers all of the jobs, right? Like the roles you need in this cup. So let's talk about the best generalists probably in the entire cup. Let's talk about Kingdra and Azumarill. These two go hand in hand, not only in just countering each other, not countering each other, Azu hardballs Kingdra, but in the sense that they're just kind of just really good against everything. You know what I mean? It's like no matter like what matchup they're in, they just have some play. Like, you know what I mean? They don't. they don't just get farmed down. These aren't Pokemon that just like get farmed down. They have something to say about it. So let's talk about Kingdra first, because Kingdra's probably leading in usage. What do you guys think about it overall?
I really like Kingdra. It's one I'm running right now. I kind of use it as a safe swap. Does a lot of damage coming in. Not too many things want to go to 2 shield with it. So definitely an option there. Dragon Breath is just an OP move, right? So can't really go wrong there.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Anybody else?
Oh, Kingdra, he can tank some stuff like some moves, and with his fast moves, since it's not like Volt Switch, it's like it's fast. Even if it does resist that damage against some stuff, it'll start adding up, and it takes a little bit to get to his charge moves. But with Octazooka, if he gets the debuff on it, it can do a lot more than will take less damage. And like Outrage, it can now with just how a powerful hitting move that is, could do a lot of damage, a good chunk to stuff.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think, Mana?
For Kingdra?
Yeah, Kingdra.
I looked at Kingdra early on compared with Azu. The big question for me was always, why is Azu not being used as popular as it was in the other cups, right? It's like, even let's say Twilight, where there's a bunch of poison, Azu was still really good.
Yep.
And in this cup, maybe I'm just bad at this. I can't find a way to get Azu to work. And then if you see like the most popular grass right now is Ferrodorn, which beats both Azu and Kingdra. That's kind of why I stayed away from those two.
I understand, no, definitely. I think this is kind of like the 6th spot still. So I don't really see a world. I mean, definitely early on, like whenever someone sees the meta, like for the first time, they pull up PvPoke when a new meta gets released, and they see Azu immediately. It's natural. Everyone thinks Azu, and then they see Kingdra, and it's like they connect the dots. Kingdra, Rainbow, broken. So I understand the concept, but for sure, I think nowadays, I don't think you'll see any teams with Kingdra and Kazu. But yeah,
I've
Kingdra.
both of them.
I'm sorry, what?
I've run both of them in a tournament.
Oh, you were both. How did that go?
I forget which. I'm not sure if it's one I went 4-2 or like 2-2. I think it may have been 2-2, but like I lost some matches because I either but both of them, I didn't bring them. Sometimes I didn't bring them in at the same time. Like on was my 3, but like they both do I've liked them both together multiple occasions where either one with Azu with play rough and Ice Beam where that can handle stuff, and Outrage on the Kingdra and Okazuka where I liked it a lot running both of them.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can see the idea. You run 2 like safe switches. Like I mean, Kingdra safe switch is real, and so is Azu, and I can see that. The thing about the Kingdra safe switch, and like it's not a hidden thing anymore. You know, definitely and people watching this versus people at the end of the month watching this, there will be a realization, and this always happens, right? In strategies, and I was going to talk about the strategies we use in these 2 Pokemon, and definitely safe switch is one of them, but the Ferrothorn, exists. And it's like I think if you go into a tournament and you're thinking, and you have like a standard line versus another standard line, I think 2 common things, 2 strategies that you can potentially be aware of, especially, I don't know if you consider them day 1 strategies or day 2, it doesn't matter, but is either a Mantine lead, catching the Mantine with your electric, like you farm down the Mantine with your electric type, and I mean, I guarantee you win percent skyrocket if you can do that. Like Mantine goes down, which is huge, and you have a fully loaded electric, or you anticipate the Kingdra safe switch and have Ferrothorn coming. So I think those are 2 common strategies. Not, and they might have helped you in your tournaments for sure. But it's something to be wary of now that people are getting on. Strategies, if they work, they get shared. So that's
definitely that's all it is. Some stuff we we don't think it's good, then it gets good. Actually, we find out it's good because it got shared, and we try it. Then it just all evens out to be good at first,
Mm-hmm.
but after a while, everyone expects it. Really, they know it's gonna be coming sometimes, and they they make you regret doing it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Does anyone else have anything on Kingdra or Azumarill? Anything like strategies you employ or spicy moveset? Like if you're not running Outrage, if you're running Blizzard or something.
Like I'm still waiting for the acid spray into Kingdra. That
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
someone's got to do that, right?
someone will do it, and it'll be streamed, and it'll be on a YouTube video, and that's all. All right, so that's pretty much Kingdra and Azu. I don't really have much else to say on those two. Next, that's pretty much all of the picks. Let's go into the unmentioned picks. Let's talk about Spice. So, Panic. We'll go one at a time. Panic, tell me your Spice. And this is competitive Spice to everyone watching. This isn't something like I ran for fun because it's my favorite Pokemon. This is something that has actual play. It has a role. It has a role that isn't fulfilled by something else that does it better. So, shoot.
I'm looking at Zebstrika. I traded a bunch today at my Safari Zone. Got a good one, so gonna build it up. I liked it in some Sims. So I think I'm gonna have some fun with it, maybe in a local tournament or two.
Okay, very nice.
It's got that the wild charge after the buff, and then flame wheel killer to that Ferrothorn, which kind of I think is kind of safe.
So what do you think the zebra versus like something like Manectric?
Sure.
Who also has a fire. What do you think about those two compared?
I think they can either one you want to go with. Zebstrika, I've seen some earlier play with in tournaments. I haven't seen any Manectric. Maybe needs to wait for that buff.
Yeah,
that could be interesting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen one person use Manectric so far in Forest, and it just happened their username was Lieutenant Surge. So I don't think you'll see a lot of those. Mikey, tell me, what's your Spice pick?
I totally forgot about it, but I came across it, and I have a very high rank one I'm gonna be building, and it's Alamola.
Okay.
It is tanky, and with Waterfall as its fast move, Blaziken won't be able to like fires like Blaziken. He won't be able to get it off any charge move, and like it can wall electric moves. The Stone Edge it walled it, and
it walls electric moves. What do you mean?
Like since how bulky it is, it'll still do super effective, but with some other stuff like this discharge, I came across didn't do that. Like it did a good amount of damage, but like it could handle it.
Yeah, for sure.
About 3, I think, and all that to take it out. If I'm right, I can't remember.
And on your team, if you were to use it, what would you replace? Like what role would it go in?
It would replace my Azumarill for sure. I think with Psychic it's good, but I would probably, if I'm replacing that, I would probably put. It can learn Blizzard, right? Yeah, mine has Blizzard.
I have to double check that, but
I think if I'm right, Alamala can learn Blizzard.
Okay. Okay, I'll let you do that.
Yeah,
it does. Okay, well that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so with grass types, that'll be one shot instead of Psychic. I would run Hydro Pump and Blizzard.
Yeah. While you're there on the Sims, can you look up real fast for me while we're getting to Manaholics? So look up to me if you can get a Blizzard before Thorn gets like 2 power whips. See what happens. All right, Manaholics. Talk to me. What's your Spice?
Spice. We've already mentioned some of them. I don't know if you consider them Spice. One Pokemon that's not on this graph, Gastrodon.
Gastrodon. Okay. Yeah. Tell me about Gastrodon.
I didn't actually use this. I had some people use it against, including one in the tournament, the finals. And afterwards, I talked to him, and he said Gastrodon's basically a Mudboy that beats other Mudboys.
Okay. I guess that's useful. Yeah, for
It
sure.
does the mud boy role, but
Yeah.
you're winning that mirror or mud boy mirror. So
Is the Quagsire one bait dependent on if it has Earthquake or not?
like Flag is quite slow. I think I don't know. Maybe I'll look that up, but I imagine you win just because you're a lot more stamina.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you beat Quick.
Be Quag? Okay, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Hey, that's pretty nice. Having I tell to people all the time, it's deceptive whenever you have a Pokemon in a role that you need that role, and it beats the other Pokemon in that role. It is deceptively good. Like it not only does this job, it beats the other things on another person's team. So like, does that make sense? Yeah. So Mikey, tell me, did you find that?
Yeah, I found it. In like one shield scenario, Ferrothorn will get right off. Like I think it could be a CMP type will get two power whips off right when it gets to one Blizzard. I
Hmm.
see.
Who wins
Yeah,
that? Probably
Ferrothorn in like 50 points something seconds.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be a great lead, but like if the Alamala has energy, energy, more energy than it, then it probably could beat it maybe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. That's pretty cool. Um, okay, so and I'll talk about my spice pick. They're not. I have two. They're not exactly the best. I forced them to work as long as I could until I needed to come up with a competitive team, and that was Tangrowth and Ludicolo. I like them. I like them a lot. And for reference, this is Ludicolo with Bubble, Energy Ball, Ice Beam, and then Tangrowth with Vine Whip, Power Whip, and Rock Slide. I love Tangrowth. Tangrowth is so fun. I actually got like super messed up. I entered a tournament, one where we couldn't change the moves. Right after Tangrowth got Rock Slide and Ancient Power got nerfed, I couldn't use my Tangrowth. It had Ancient Power, and Ancient Power is a horrible move. But yeah, I love them. I mean, Ludicolo, I was using it as a switch and a lead because, like, I mean, Ice Beam is really good. You know, it's basically kind of like an Azu in a way, like as far as like utility. I don't know. I really liked it. It just has hard matchups with the other grass. You know, even though it has like water grass typing, which is like pretty nice, it just doesn't fare well with the other grass and the other electrics. Not as well as you think it would. Um, and Tangrowth is good. Um, it's good. It's just it's got the same problems. It's like whenever you have like so many Pokemon in an established meta, and they just all beat down on your spice picks. It's just hard. All right, so I think that's pretty much all picks that we considered. We didn't mention Ninjask, so if anyone wants to talk about Ninjask, we can get to that. But I don't really have anything to say on it. It's fast, I guess. So yeah, so that's pretty much our meta discussion on the Forest Cup. Thank you for everyone for watching. We're not done yet. We're gonna close out with some battles, but I appreciate you all for taking the time to come here and listen to us ramble on. And hopefully, if you haven't learned something about everything in this stream, hopefully the battles will help in that sense. So we're gonna take turns going into battles here, and just a short second.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have the battlers here share their screens here. We'll get that set up in just a second.
Yeah,
Sure.
so we drop off now.
All right.
All right.
While they're getting that set up, if you guys want to ask things in the comments, I'll be more than happy to talk about that. Me and anyone else here. Thank you guys for coming here today, being our guests. Slowking. Slowking has play. Definitely has play. Anything with confusion in a world where something confusion to like decimate something else, especially Slowking, like in a sense where it decimates it without ever having a shield, for sure. as play. Tangrowth, I mean, just use it as your grass. So like any lines that you have, just replace the grass with Tangrowth. And obviously, it like just doesn't perform as well as like Ferrothorn. I mainly use it because like it was a grass that beat Meganium, and it like you know it had Rock Slide for Mantine, had Rock Slide for the bugs and stuff. But I mean, in a sense, Ferrothorn kind of does all that probably better. So probably stick to Ferrothorn if you want to win. But Tangrowth is fun. I haven't tried with Flood Bomb though, so that could be interesting. It's okay.
Okay, I'm not seeing my phone on the computer screen. Yes. Let's see.
What was the second move from Mantine between Ice Beam and Bad Air move? Honestly, personally, Ice Beam, because I do think it pushes the mirror versus Aerial Ace, and Aerial Ace is a really bad move. And it's not like you're not losing that much coverage. Like you have Bubble Beam for Blaziken, and you have Ice Beam for like the squishy electric, so it's not like truly.
Sure, I think I have it now. Yeah. Okay, it's connecting to Mirror 360. Or I could join the. Let me join the Zoom call. Alright, let me drop off this. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, we talked about Electivire. It's cool. Has grass coverage. It's fast. It's nice. I would seriously consider it. It's just hard. You have all these like really cool, like Electivire is cool. It's fast, has Ice Punch, but then you have to come down and realize, are you dropping Infros and Galvantula? Like, and even if you are you losing Magnezone? So those kind of questions you have to ask yourself. And those are the reasons why you don't see those Pokemon as much.
And also, Electivire is very fragile.
Yeah, Electivire is very fragile. Yes, their battle is coming. I'm just setting that up real fast.
Yep.
Yeah, let's. Oh, yeah, I see it. All right, Swampert versus Sneasel. I wonder who's gonna win this. All right, so we have no Mantine on Michael's team. Both have Stunfisk. Very interesting. We have a Jump Buff, no Ferrothorn on Michael. Both have Blaziken. Very interesting. Indeed, running the Azumarill. Both Galvantulas. Both double electrics, actually. That's cool.
Palamon, my team is
Yes.
the one with Swamp and Manta.
Okay, gotcha. It's okay. So this is Panic versus Michael. Gotcha. And I'm watching Panic. Panic. Okay. So this is Panic stream or battles point of view we're watching right now versus Michael. Very standard line. I like it. Has Banff. Michael can't hear us, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, let's watch this battle. Leading Ferrothorn to jump off. We've all seen this matchup before. Really shows how bad Aerial Ace is. Anticipating the swap. Alright, it looks like he's not going to swap, so he's going to eat a flash cannon here. I can't imagine this jump was shielding.
Yeah, I unmuted myself so we can chat about this. Looks like they're going to switch out into Blaziken. Oh, that's no. Well, it still has to. Still can land the blast burn, right?
Yeah, the Swampert has to shield. I mean, obviously, if it's a Blaze Kick, it'll kind of bounce off, but blast burn will KO.
Oh, it's a Stone Edge.
Stone Edge. I forgot.
Why would he reveal? Isn't okay. That still would have done decent amount of damage, but it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Not really worried for the shield.
I would have kept it a secret for sure.
Yeah.
Probably let this go. There's no play for this Blaziken if it has Stone Edge.
Swampert has some counterplay with that. Okay, not gonna take any risks.
Yeah.
The Air Release or Bullet Seed. Or Energy Ball.
Probably would have gone for the Air Release just so I could farm up a little bit.
Probably didn't want to take the risk and get Sledge waved.
Probably see Ferrothorn come back in. Maybe you could keep Ferrothorn as a safe switch now that Blaze comes out. Either way.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially against the team that he's. There's nothing really that threatens that much in the back. But it's okay too. You just have to worry about the potential Azu in the back if it's because he has Kingdra.
Yeah.
Or the eventually. It's to be honest, the back line is kind of pretty bad for Kingdra, right? Like what is I think he's aware of that. So he's gonna catch this. Let's see what's in the back though. Could be bad.
Yeah. About to be an electric. Oh, no swap.
Let's see.
Oh.
It's Quag. Okay.
Quag.
Still okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
This Quag's still gonna hit really hard.
I think I remember him saying this Quagsire has Edge Quake.
Yeah. At least he was talking about it quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's the shield. Okay. I think you're okay. Like if you let this go, and then you could even farm a little bit, and then just a little bit because but he has a lot of energy. But he needs to land a flash cannon, right, to KO this jump off.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and he has a shield too.
Yeah,
his bullet seeds are
he's fine. Yeah,
he got a bullet seed through too as well. Nice.
Jeez, Arrow Ace is so bad.
He got like well, maybe not lucky, but like the one Pokemon that he wanted to see in the back, he ended up getting it. But he made a good point, like making those hard read on the team to try to figure out like once the Blaziken's gone, then the Ferrothorn is basically gonna win any matchup.
Yeah.
In the back, so it might have been a slightly better call to go into the Kingdra first place, but it all
that's
worked
why
out.
it's so insane to run Ferrothorn. It's like once the Blaziken's down, like you need something else to like go toe to toe with it. Like potentially even like shield down. I don't know. That's crazy. That's probably why I see so many.
To be honest, if I was Michael, I probably would just sack the jump bluff.
Like switch it.
Like no, I meant like just stay in the matchup, do as much damage as possible, then come with Blaziken afterwards.
Yeah.
Especially if you didn't have a second counter to Ferrothorn, then you just end up in that matchup where Ferrothorn's not that great at farming, so it's not as terrible. But
that's a great point because his Ferrothorn would have gone down, and his Blaziken actually has Stone Edge, so that would have been fantastic versus Kingdra.
Yeah, like energy, right? And if you get, I'm sure you can get low enough with Jump Fluff, as little as those air releases do, they'll it's still going to chip away.
Mm-hmm.
And then you should be able to counter down. So at least that's why I played, knowing that I had Quag in the back and that they were going to instantly switch. And it was very unlikely that he was going to control.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Oh yeah, this is bad.
This is exactly what I was talking about earlier.
This is very
Day
bad.
1 strategy, lead Mantine into Galvantula.
This is tricky though. This is very tricky. Galvantula could run through his entire team.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not so bad. Actually, like Kingdra safe swap on him is probably a good call because he doesn't have Ferrothorn. So
yeah, no, absolutely. To be honest, like probably worse. Oh, he got the attack drop.
Oh.
Does that mean he can survive multiple energy balls?
He could probably tank. I think he can tank this energy ball, and okay, he's not gonna risk it.
He's gonna shield, yeah. I guess the thing is it'll force him to double energy ball rather than energy ball air lace.
Yeah.
Just slightly more. Yeah. But it's so spammy.
Plus, if he tanked that, he can just air lace.
Let's see.
Wow, that's crazy.
The Octazooka attack drop is so devastating. Oh my gosh, he got it again.
He got it again.
Literally, the jump left is doing half the damage.
Yeah. Will this even KO? If it was an energy?
If it's an energy ball, I think it'd KO, to be honest. But
not gonna risk it.
Not an air lace wouldn't KO, but
yeah.
I think an energy ball. It's still like a shadow ball clone, so like 50 damage. So it'd do about what an air lace would do.
Mm-hmm.
At full attack. Slightly less, like 10% less.
Yeah.
Oh,
Azu.
Oh man, that would have been absolutely nuts if he got another drop.
Gosh, 3 in a row.
This Azu can't bubble down though. It has to throw. That was a good farm.
Yeah, that was really good.
Unfortunately, so what do you have? Mantine, and
he has Galv in the back.
Okay.
So he needs to bring Mantine out right now.
Yeah, this is still very tricky for him because this 0 to 1 shield is not great.
This is the other reason to run air lace for Azu.
Yeah, but I can't imagine this Azu. He's just looking to trip away at it. He's gonna instantly switch. He just doesn't have. Oh, that was good. That's actually the play he needed. He needed it to burn the discharge onto the Swampert. It's still not amazing because it's still gonna do a decent amount of damage, and I don't know how he's gonna burn this.
I don't know. He can just shield this and maybe get a bug buzz.
He'll definitely get a bug buzz off. He's like 2 away?
Something like that.
Oh, actually no. Maybe he gets beat to this. Oh no, he doesn't.
So close.
It was very close.
That was very close.
Oh,
but the Mantine does have air lace, so
yeah. Let's see.
Energy?
1,
it has a little bit.
2. But how are you gonna beat this Azu in the back?
Oh yeah, there's no.
How do you beat a zoom roll, right? I'm surprised he brought that was a gutsy call by him. That was a pretty crazy read. And yeah, there's no point in this. Sorry. This is a crazy read to bring a zoom roll in. Knowing,
to bring Kingdra.
Yeah.
Or...
Basically, he didn't bring Brazelton in. He made the hard read. You're not gonna bring Ferrothorn because you think I'm afraid. Right? Yeah, that was a crazy read. He basically did almost exactly opposite of what Panic wanted him to do, because he thought he was gonna like double up on the I don't know how you double up on the Ferrothorn counters, but
that's why I like Cherim. I still think that Kingdra is pretty good, but he's terrified of this Galv. That's interesting. Not even running Mantine, just like deletes all purpose to really use Ampharos as much. So Azu really just has to worry about grass.
Yeah. So something to note about Michael is that he's a relatively new battler. Like he just started out in like maybe February, and I think someone said that he did 45 Voyager Cups.
40. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Oh my god.
45 Voyager Cups.
And he's new. Jeez.
He's new, right? So that's why when he reached out to me and I looked at his self card, he's like a challenger. I was like, okay, maybe it's like he just won a small cup, but he's definitely played a lot. So he's definitely okay. So this is a interesting matchup. Quag can win this matchup.
Yeah,
Obviously, has to land the Earthquake.
Yep.
It's not
it's
not a straightforward matchup. I love and hate Quag.
Yeah.
I hate that it's so slow to the ground move image. Oh wow, okay, really? How would you play this out? He's gonna burn a shield. He's gonna burn a shield here.
I think you just have to go Earthquake straight up. Shield. And then if I were okay, baits. Does that save you?
That's definitely gonna allow him to get to the Earthquake right beforehand.
Oh man, you shield or you lose. Okay.
Yeah, shield or you lose. Okay, but you can win the 2 shield pretty safely. Yeah. You're just so much faster to charge move. Oh, very nice switch into Azu. That was a really wow. He didn't even throw the charge move on when he got the okay. But unfortunately, he's going to be kind of stuck here. Up a shield though. He has to come out of this matchup with energy. Because I think Blaziken's in the back.
Yeah, probably. He had Quagsire, Azu, and Blaze.
He also likes that jump off a lot, which I think regardless, he has to come out of this matchup with energy down a shield. Especially, I don't expect him to. Okay, that was a really nice. Man, that was a beautiful. Unfortunately, he hit by an ice beam, but he comes out of this matchup with like 80 energy.
If there's a Blaziken in the back, it works out for him better.
Yeah.
So now you can just power whip.
We'll see if it's jump bluff or let's Blaziken.
So that's actually pretty good that he took the ice beam.
Yeah. He's gonna be able to get 2 off. Oh no, he's gonna switch. Oh no, he just got deleted. It has Stone Edge though.
Yeah.
Right, which is neutral on Blaziken, right? No. Yeah, neutral.
Yeah, neutral.
So, oh my gosh.
Still though, it's gonna KO. Oh, switch.
Oh man,
Oh man. Whoa.
Okay, this is crazy. Okay. These guys are I love watching great battlers go at it because they totally just read each other's minds.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, this is still. Is this an Earthquake?
No.
I think this comes down to CMP. I think this comes down to CMP. Who's this will come down to CMP because this Blaziken will. Oh, they both have Stone Edge. Oh yeah, this is definitely CMP. Let's see who has the worst Blaziken.
Oh, his. Jeez.
That was an incredible match.
That was crazy.
Oh, he could have Blaziken too, but yeah, it was going to CMP regardless. Wow, that was a crazy match.
Imagine if Michael didn't switch, how that would have panned out. He would have had a Swampert to kill the Blaziken.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, next up is Manholics. Let me just pull up his team.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide Michael's team. That was a really nice match. GG.
Yeah, that was nice. Really both have Stone Edge. That's crazy.
Yeah. Blastburn would have finished him off on both sides, but that was a really good game. Really good. There's some like really high level reads on both sides. Mm-hmm. Really good adjustments on Michael in game 2, and then real good counter adjustment on Panic's side.
So what do you bring here? It's so hard to bring Ampharos in against the Stunfisk.
By the way, do you want me to hop off?
Yeah, if you could.
Like, if we're just playing for fun, I don't really mind.
No, if you could hop off, that'd be good.
Yeah, just hop off.
I played a bunch of times already.
Yeah,
it's subconscious.
Just hop off. So,
all right.
Thanks very much. Okay. What do you think it's difficult to bring in? The Mantine?
No, it's hard to bring Ampharos versus that Stunfisk. Like, that's just...
Yeah, it's a bad matchup.
It's rough.
These two have played each other a lot, so, like, obviously the psychology of, like, when you play each other a lot, you know each other's tendencies, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like it's definitely feels different when you're playing someone for like the first time.
Yes, for sure. Because like at that point, if you know each other's like tactics, like if I were to sit down with someone right now and battle them, I could get somewhat of a read if like is this the kind of person who baits or who doesn't. Like you know what I mean. Like you can get that kind of vibe. Like it kind of correlates with how new they are. Like if they go for the bait or not. I don't know. I've definitely seen that, but you face with someone who knows your playstyle, you know how aggressive they are at switching or baiting or not, and then it truly comes to, and you play them enough, it truly comes down to randomness. He really likes the Swampert. Cool.
I wasn't so sold on Swampert, but Panic's quickly convincing me how good it can be. Yeah. Oh, Ferrothorn.
Let's see you guys the tap. This is why I'm making
doesn't Panic win this because Manholics has Thunder on his?
Does he?
Yeah. Was he talking about Thunder or no?
I thought he was talking. Oh yeah. I think he
yeah. Flash stab Flash Cannon's better than non-stab Thunder, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty even, but ultimately, I think it still comes down to the attack. So it looks like.
Yeah, no, the Flash Cannons are going to definitely make the difference. Manholics knows that. Okay. Oh, okay.
So it has to go for the Bug Buzz.
What do you think of? Is this because the Kingdra has such a bad map?
Probably, yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Swampert does too.
Yeah, I don't. Interesting.
I think it would have been better to go into Swampert just because you can spam it down, and Kingdra would have been better to have in the back.
Oh, he gets the attack drop again, but it's good and bad, right? Because it's for sure going to get farmed down as more, but now it does way less.
See, I think Swampert could have gotten more value off there.
So this is difficult because like if there's okay, he's reading that there's Blaziken in the back, or he's reading that there's Blaziken in the back, which would be the if he has Mantine in the back. This is I don't know. This is I hear so much people saying this is a rock paper scissors meta. In some ways it is, but like it's difficult to read what's in the back on this particular team.
Nice switch.
Oh my gosh. Isn't he going to be met by the Ferrothorn now?
Yes, he is. But if he doesn't, I mean, he doesn't have Earthquake, so like.
This is a this
Ferrothorn.
Okay, these Hydrokins, it's still Hydro Cannon.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't see what's the it's still Hydro Cannon, it's still chunking away.
Yeah, just needs to land like probably one more. I don't think does he win the race? This is gonna be risky.
Let's see how much energy it has. Oh, he's only he got it. He got it in the middle of the Bullet Seed. The thing is, like, the first one has a shield. Yeah, it has a shield. It's gonna farm up now and just double up. Yeah, I don't know if it's doubled. I don't think it's doubled though.
This Ferrothorn is gonna have to throw a move. It can't farm down from
here. Yeah,
kind of awkward.
I think he's only just at a little bit past it, but let's see. Gonna go for the power. Is this power up getting a KO?
I think so.
Okay.
Ferrothorn is like not like. It's not Bastion.
It's a double resisted move though. This Bullet Seed. He's. Oh man, that's
perfect?
Oh
no.
But if this is a power whip, if this is a power whip, which he's gonna survive it. He's gonna survive it, and then he can. But he has a whole nother Pokemon in the back too, right?
Well, it's like 1 health, right? Or swag.
We haven't seen his third Pokemon yet.
Yeah, we haven't. This is a loss.
Yeah, this is a loss. Like we're gonna see. He's probably gonna bring back in the fair. Okay, yeah.
Mantine. It's okay.
That's a hard Pokemon for him to deal with this Swampert, but it's.
That's why I'm surprised he keeps
playable.
Rough. He kind of did that to himself. Like Ferrothorn lead with 2 things weak to Ferrothorn in the back.
It's difficult, right? Because Manholix knows that the Ampharos is a scary Pokemon to bring with Stunfisk there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but he kind of
sure.
needs it, right? What kind of needs it? What he has is, especially if he matches Ferrothorn versus Ferrothorn.
I mean, I guess that's why he's running Stone Edge on Blaze.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's playable too. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's playable.
I think it's the Swampert switching made way more sense.
Yeah.
To deal with the Wormadam. I think Kingdra has a little bit better play.
Okay, this is pretty neutral-ish. Oh, his has Thunder, actually. Never mind.
Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. What do you...
I tried to catch the Power Whip on the Ampharos, which didn't. Or, I guess that too.
Oh, he's throwing the Thunder, which is... I'm a little bit surprised at this.
Yeah, I would have... Wait, does that mean... That means he doesn't have Blaziken.
Yeah, or... Yeah, let's see. Interesting. Maybe he... Okay, yeah, he wanted him to expel the energy.
And trash. Okay.
So, what, he got like 3 bullet seeds off before leaving, or a little bit more?
I think he's probably like 1 or 2 off Power Whip. Would you shield this Bug Buzz coming in? I'd consider it.
I would, yeah.
You brought Worm Trash to fight Ferrothorn, and I'd probably try to keep it alive.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, he wants to keep it alive. I think that's the right call.
Yeah, that's the right call for sure. And he's going to be able to outpace it.
Mm-hmm.
Though another Bug Buzz is definitely coming if he shields.
Yeah, I think he'll shield. Does he catch? Okay, no, he's going to let it go. Do you let it go?
Ah, man, it's a tough call. It's a tough call. He's going to outpace it.
So now, can you farm down? Use a Power Whip? Will Power Whip be enough before it gets to like an Airhead?
No,
I guess we'll
again,
see.
it's double resisted again. I don't think this will KO. Like Wormadam is like decently tanky. Oh, it does KO. Oh, it doesn't KO. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh,
that's
man.
what I thought. 1 HP. But here comes the Ferris. Oh, Mantine. Really?
Okay.
He was expecting the Flash Can right away, but he wasn't at the energy. It's still tricky.
Counter.
This is still tricky. He's going to get farmed down.
Yeah.
And there's not really much he can do. He didn't reveal his moveset.
This is where having Ampharos over Galvantula helps tremendously.
Yeah, absolutely. This is still a crazy, tricky matchup for him. Oh, is this Thunder or Power Whip? Did he see?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Both will just kind of do a little bit over half. And then, I mean, probably build up to a Thunder Punch to swap.
Oh, nice. That's nice. That's. I think this matters though. Well, actually, no. He's not gonna be able to take out this Ferrothorn almost no matter what. Yeah, this is a nice play by. Yeah, I don't think so.
He's gonna shield this. This is also where having Ice Beam helps more. So, funnily enough,
he's just gonna double up. He's gonna. He could. Oh, he could have drew the shield there.
So close.
Thunder. Sure. Yeah, he needed to throw. He had a chance to throw there.
But now he can farm down to maybe 2 Thunder Punches.
He can. Yeah. He's gonna shield here.
Does he have enough for another?
He's a Power Whip right now.
Oh.
He's a Power Whip right now. It's CMP time.
Yeah.
He needed to throw. Even the Bubble Beam there would have been would have been enough.
Did he not throw it, or did he just lose CMP? It kind of lagged on that.
I'm not sure. Well, he had the Bubble Beam for sure, but I guess he was counting on. Okay, let's play the third match. It was a good match. Manholix is so tough.
Both are using Ferrothorn, but not wanting to bring Blaziken. This is why I think 2 things. I think this is why it just really shows how broken Ferrothorn is and how hard it is to use Blaziken, but also that you just need something else to like assist with Ferrothorn. Something like Thundercast form. Or
I think
Cherrim or something.
Blaziken's decent because they're definitely both using Mantine to protect their Ferrothorn.
Mm-hmm.
But Blaziken has a pretty decent matchup. Oh, if it lands the Stone Edge.
Would you use Swampert here or Kingdra?
Oh man, it's tough. He's gonna go Swampert, which I think is not bad. Kingdra has better.
Like, what does Swampert do for you that Kingdra doesn't?
He's reading the stun. He's reading the stun fist play.
yeah,
right?
I guess so.
Making the hard read.
That's a hard read.
And it has better Wormadam matchup.
Okay, this is IV dependent. Let's see who has the attack. Is this IV dependent on all shields? I think just the one. I don't know about the two. I think
bait dependent or not? Bait dependent, right? Or can you just
for Bug Buzz? Maybe
man, that does a lot. Oh Jesus, okay.
I think just as long as you land the
he's
Bug
gonna
Buzz.
Get the power whip off first. He's at a discharge right now.
Yeah, this will KO, so he's gonna shield.
And now he's more than he's at 2 right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's at 2. Okay. This is like almost there's almost no way he can shield. He's at 2 discharges.
That's Swampert. Okay.
He has energy for it. But
this is a Bug Buzz. I would shield this.
There's almost no reason for him to bait.
Yeah.
And then just I think man, these residual energies on those volt switches are so hard to keep track of. After so many, he played it safe. Like 2 is the minimum that you need after the Bug Buzz. But okay, let's see what's coming in. Oh, no Ferrothorn.
That's good, kinda.
Well, this is probably Wormadam.
Not really.
He needs to get the shield. He needs to grab the shield.
This isn't gonna shield. No.
I think he'll grab the second shield.
He has to. I mean, for both of their sakes.
Did they Air Release or Bubble Beam? Oh, Air Release or Ice Beam.
Probably Air Release.
Oh yeah. So that's not as bad.
Dude, the thing is, the Swampert can't shield because you need that Blaziken. Like, question is, if this Mantine doesn't shield, then it's probably game over.
Well, okay.
Oh my gosh.
He's gonna be able to counter down. Oh yeah, okay.
Here comes a.
He almost has a shield regardless, but
yeah.
This is definitely a Wormadam coming in. This is a Wormadam coming in.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, he would have just cut Confusion down anyways. Well, maybe, yeah. The Bubble Beam made no difference, right? Because he's going to Confusion down anyways.
Yeah, I mean, the shield was the difference. Because this Blaze Kick would, like, destroy this worm, but...
Yeah. And he doesn't have enough for it. Well, I guess he could have shielded there, but Hydro Cannon wouldn't KO.
No.
This Wormadam.
I just kind of think the Swampert's dead weight right now. Maybe it's just a take on it.
Man, Wormadam is a little bit better than I thought.
I'm telling you, like, it's winning tournaments. I don't know. I haven't really seen play of it, and on paper, you're like, okay, Wormadam, but like, it's getting results. I mean, it's like a steel type that can beat Blaziken, so it's pretty cool.
Panic, you want to hop back in? Talk about it, the matchups? Panic, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. How about now?
Okay, what'd you think of the... Man, that Michael matchup was crazy.
Yeah, that was wild. Weird talking like that in CMP. I thought I might win because my Blaziken's pretty bad. But you can see the power of Manahawks using Worm Trash.
Worm Trash is better than I thought. Seriously, he was using it as a crazy safe switch. I guess the thing is no fire fast move pressure is like really good for Worm Trash.
Big time. I was trying to use Swampert to catch Worm Trash. That was really the only answer I had, but couldn't line it up in the first game. I just made a miss swap, so I'll say would have had a better shot on that, but his team comp. I would call my line day one meta, and Manaholics I would say day two anti-meta. So
yeah, for sure. So does that mean what is your opinion on Swampert probably going forward?
I would say that probably Quag has more play now that the meta has evolved a little bit more. I just wanted to use my day one team, see how it fared against Manaholics, and as I figured, just kind of unlock the meta a little bit. So
yeah,
you can see what it does to it.
I mean, like, honestly, I think that's the play. Like, I think, and I could be wrong about this, of course, but Fortress ran Rainbow, right. And like I was talking about earlier, now we just have a better Steel Bug in a new meta, and I think it'd be kind of silly not to look at it more than I think people are, especially that it's winning tournaments. So
right.
maybe that is the meta end, or maybe it's the call for Infernape. I don't know, but
I think you're gonna see Sunny cast a lot more to counter that.
Yeah, man, that Wormadam was like giving nightmares. Like,
yeah,
when even when it came in, that was a crazy safe switch. Like,
this is why I think Cherrim is great. I don't know.
I don't have one.
Just go catch whatever one. It's only 10,000.
Yeah, you catch a weather boosted one, right?
I can't even catch one. They're not spawning right now.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like Manaholics is Michael are joining back.
I did some IV analysis last night. It's got some IV matchups in Open Great League though, so if you want to use it there, probably look for a decent one. It needs attack though, a little bit.
Okay, Michael, what did you think of the matches?
Mine were very close. The first one I played out bad, but second one good. Third one, I can't believe my Hundo Blaziken lost a CMP tie. I was like, wait, what?
I'm like, who has the worst Blaziken? Now I find out yours is a Hundo? Wow.
Oh my god. Wait, does that mean yours is a 15 attack one too?
Yeah.
Oh, no. The Panics? Both of you have 15 attack Blaziken?
No.
It just must be
like, there already.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened there then. But it might just be like how the IVs play it. What is the IVs on your Blaziken?
Bad. I'd have to look. It's like 4, 6, 8, something like that.
Oh man.
Okay. Okay, Michael. You made that crazy read. You basically brought a team entirely weak to Ferrothorn. After that, Ferrothorn ran through your team.
I was like, I realized it after. I was like, wait, this is all week to Ferrothorn. I was like,
oh, I thought you were making a crazy read. You're like daring Panic to bring Ferrothorn. You're like, I dare you to bring it, and so I'm gonna bring in a team entirely weak to it.
Yeah, that would have been bad if you brought. I would have lost this game. Like, oh.
Okay, we were like all like, okay, Manaholics. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, I think you all really sold us on Wormadam.
I used Wormadam on my winning team. Like when I won the tournament, I had him on it. He did me good.
Understandable. It's just tricky for me. I don't know. It's hard for me to drop Cherrim. I don't know. I don't know where else I'd put Worm. Tricky. Maybe I don't need Kingdra.
That first game, I could have played it out a lot better.
I think, my opinion, you should have stayed Jump Love versus Ferrothorn.
Yeah, after I switched, I was like, wait, I should have just let it die.
And then farm up with Blaziken.
Yeah, I shouldn't have shielded that flash cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was like probably your only play, especially you were double weak to Ferrothorn.
Yeah, I still make a lot of mistakes. I am new, but I still make a lot of mistakes.
I know you played quite well.
Played that very well.
Game 2 and Game 3. Like, Panic is an elite trainer, right? Both in by title and actuality.
Yeah, Mike. Just want to say it's amazing you jumping into the Silph tournaments. this late in the game, so it's awesome to see new people jumping in and scrimming hard and playing in a lot of tournaments. So really awesome.
Man,
I'll be
Michael.
I'll be honest. I didn't. I thought PvP before I started. My friend kind of thought, I was like, I don't care about it. This kind of sounds like not fun to me. My friend talked me into it. And I was like, all right, I'll try. And I've blown through 5 million deaths since February.
Okay, Manholics, they're asking what moveset on Wormadam Trash.
Set standard Bug Bug's Ironhead.
Bug Buzz Ironhead.
But you said you were considering, what was it, Psybeam?
I used Wormadam on my tank in block deck, was it? And I just never really bothered to change out. Went with default.
Oh, okay. That was that was solid, some solid matchups. Okay, great. Any other final thoughts? Things you want to share? Changes to your team based off these battles?
I think about it. Maybe I'll do Psybe. I don't really know what you're gonna hit with Ironhead. Maybe Cradley. But
Yeah, but
that's pretty much it, right? What else? Yeah.
Bug Buzz is fine for that too.
Yeah,
I think I may put Cordillion.
Just so you get paired up with Manholics, right? You won't have a Psybeam ready.
Yeah.
All right. How about Panic? How about you? Any changes to your day one team?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a couple changes. I'm working on a Stunfisk right now, so I want to see give that some play.
My thing about Stunfisk, and I won't take long here, but like its Nancy matchup is not as good as I thought it would be. Because that's the only problem. But
okay. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for participating in this roundtable discussion. Hopefully, a lot of people learned a lot about the Force Cup and will be able to use them effectively in their tournaments. We're gonna go ahead and raid somebody. Who should we raid? You guys have any favorites that you guys have that you see there? I think he's offline. Is he online? I think he's
no.
Oh, he's back online. He's back online.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll raid him back. He did raid us earlier. Okay, so
he helped me out through a lot of this force.
Okay. Let's go raid him back. So he raided us like an hour ago, and what? Okay, I gotta do this on Twitch apparently. My Streamlabs is
Thanks for letting me join this. This was a lot of fun. This was my first time doing anything like this, being live on any.
Well, more to come, right? Keep doing well in these tournaments, and
yeah, next season I plan on definitely at least going to Continentals. I plan on going really hard next season.
Perfect.
Nice. You'll hit it.
Well, thank you, everyone, and now we're gonna go ahead and raid FP6.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.
See ya.